Well, now we can speak to Yossi Beilin, who's a former Israeli negotiator. There have been protests across Palestinian territories. This is the scene in Bethlehem. Protesters threw stones and burnt tyres, blocking roads. Israeli security forces responded by firing tear gas. 16 Palestinians have been wounded so far in different parts of the occupied territories. And this is Ramallah in the occupied West Bank, where thousands of people converged on the streets. Palestinians have called for 3 days of rage against President Trump's decision. Shops, businesses and schools were all closed as part of a general strike. And there were minor scuffles in the old city of the occupied East Jerusalem. Leaders of all Palestinian factions have been urging people to stage protests against President Trump's decision.
Today, I am stressing that Jerusalem is unified. No East Jerusalem, no West Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a Palestinian, Arab, Muslim city and is the capital city of the whole of Palestine. Today, I am saying that Palestine is unified from the sea to the river. Unified Palestine will never be divided into two countries. The so-called peace process has gone forever, once and for all. We will go out of the Oslo dark tunnel.
All right, let's go live to Harry Fawcett, our correspondent who's in occupied East Jerusalem. And Harry, it seems
we're in office. In fact, the most recent tweet from the president is highlighting senator who was present and voted for this Jerusalem Embassy Act back in the 1990s and is applauding the fact that it finally has been implemented. So the president is really trying to look at this and characterize this along with his staff as a new approach to achieving peace. But of course, given the reaction, given the warnings from world leaders, particularly key U.S. allies like the King of Jordan, who cautioned this, and now perhaps feeling disrespected by the fact that the president has gone ahead and done this anyway, it really does seem a bit hard to understand how the U.S. could be trusted as any form of an honest broker, particularly given the fact that it was cautioned against this, caution that it would be taking a side, but Donald Trump has done this anyway.
And Kimberly, do we have any idea then? Because if the president thinks that this is going to help towards forging some kind of peace deal, do we have any idea of what else is in this proposed peace initiative that is largely coming from his son-in-law Jared Kushner?
Right. It really has been a murky process from the beginning, much of it being done in secret, and we're only told that things are being accomplished, but we're never given sort of an itemized list, and from all intents and purposes, it doesn't appear that that is the case at all. What I think we're starting to see here, as we now are into the first year of Donald Trump's presidency, is what is becoming kind of a signature move in his playbook, and that is these sort of series of half measures. We saw it with the Iran agreement, the refusal to recertify Iran's compliance, but then not killing the deal completely, just sending it to the U.S. Congress. Now we see with the case of recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, but then delaying the move of an embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, saying this would take some time. What it seems to be is an effort to try and keep the promises to supporters and really sort of address kind of the domestic audience and take that popular stance without or while delaying immediate impact. So certainly this has become a signature move of the president. And again, when it comes to trying to broker any peace agreement, that doesn't seem to be the top priority.
And there are many people around the world who are just who are dismissing the prospect of this being part of a calculated policy and just suggesting that President Trump and indeed his team are just merely out of their depth.
Well, certainly there's no denying the fact that Donald Trump is not a political or a seasoned politician by any stretch. In fact, he campaigned to come and be a disruptive force in Washington, and he certainly is delivering on that promise to be a disruptive force. So while there is